At Home with Lucas here. So today we're going to be talking about Frstem Premium 19-inch ceiling fan. Yes, people, I say it's premium because it's made out of walnut wood with a metal cage around it. This thing is 19 inches in diameter, so it's not the biggest blade, it's not the biggest fan on the market, but it has some power and it can really cool down a small or a medium-sized room, which is really awesome. It also comes with a remote that has the ability to turn the light on and off, the fan on and off, and you can set a timer. Yes, people, this thing has a warm, cool, and white light. Yes, so you're gonna get the lighting perfect for your room. You can also dim it. Yes, you can dim the light, which is awesome because sometimes in the middle of the night when it's late, you do not want to have that on 100. You want it down to maybe a little bit more of a romantic mood. This thing will also look good in pretty much any room. I actually have it mounted right up there in my kitchen, and we're gonna do a full install in this video, and then we're gonna talk about all the cool things about the fan and whether it's something you should buy or maybe skip altogether. I'm here for you, so I don't have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into the Frstem ceiling fan. All right, so there is the ceiling fan right there. There's an outline of what's to come. There you go, that is everything in the box. So let's go ahead and pull off all the plastic. Okay, there we go. That is everything completely removed of the plastic. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at some of these things. So the remote, like I said, is massive. I've never seen a fan remote this big. It's pretty much 4 inches too big in my opinion. Don't know who's gonna wanna put this on their wall. There's the wall mount right there for it. Then you have the controller, and then here's the fan blades. These are absolutely tiny, and they're made out of just plastic. There's no getting around it. The whole thing weighs so much because of this cage. I don't know why the cage is so heavy, and all of this stuff down here is just basically plastic, feather light, tiny. Like, I've never seen fan blades this small. Like, this is absolutely bizarre. This is also made out of metal right here. The poles and everything, the extenders and all that look nice. Everything is well made. This is brushed metal right here. And then here's your screws, and then of course the user manual. So let's go ahead and get this thing put together and get it up on the ceiling. Okay, this is my current ceiling fan right here. I've actually had this thing for so many years. I think I got it back in 2010 or something, 2011. So it's been with me forever. It's been in 3 houses now, so that is really cool. The only problem with it is there's a humming sound, and it also wobbles a little bit. I've adjusted the blades and tried to fix everything I could. It just does not work. It also has no remote control, so this new one will have a remote control, so you just push a button and turn it on and off and all that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and pull this one down and pop up the new one. Okay, and there you go. It has been taken down super easily. Okay, now we're gonna pull off that mount right there and install the mount that came with it. That is step 1. Okay, so this actually comes off of the long pole right here, and then you could put it onto the shorter pole. So I initially thought this was an extender pole here, but it's actually not. It's identical to this, just smaller. And then you basically just put this right back on the top, put your screw back in and your little rod, and you're good to go. Okay, then you get your pole locked in with the pin, tighten these screws down so this doesn't wobble. Then you put this piece on, just like that. It only goes on one way. If you put it this way, it falls down really easily. If for some reason you have it upside down, like I did for a second, it does not go on at all. Then you put this piece on with this part facing up. Then you put this piece on facing up as well, this part facing up. Finally, you return this part onto there with the rod and then the screw, tighten it down. And there you go, that is the final result right there. So this is gonna slide up. The threads in there will thread onto there, hiding all of this screw holes up here. Okay, once you get it all set up, it should look something like this with your box tucked in top right there. Should slide in really easily. You just move all the cables out of the way. Then you go about the process of tucking all the cables behind this thing and then putting it up and putting the screws in. Okay, what I opted for is just use the thread here to pull this up. I didn't put the screws in place. They don't really matter that much. It's not a structural thing. It just holds this up. But the threads did a good job. I'm very happy that there were threads there. So this thing is all put together. We can go ahead and turn it on. All right, and that's what it looks like when you have fully installed it. The first thing you notice is that the light is very bright and that fan is actually pretty aggressive. It really does a phenomenal job of blowing a lot of air down. That's how it looks when you first turn it on. All right, let's go ahead and walk through this remote real quick. So you have a power button up here. You have a forward and a reverse button. If you hit the reverse button, it's gonna stop entirely, and then it's gonna go into reverse. It actually works really fast. I'm very happy with that. You press it again, and it's gonna stop and go back to the other direction. It's probably the fastest ceiling fan I've ever dealt with. Then you come down here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go to 6. 6 is like turbo mode. It's absolutely incredible. There is so much power coming down from that fan right now. It's unreal. Let's get underneath it. You can hear that for sure. And it does not wobble at all. Absolutely amazing. This thing really is a phenomenal fan. Then you have your stop button in the middle right here. And the way to start it back up, you actually have to choose your speed. So it's completely stopped right now. I'm gonna choose number 2. And there you go, you heard the beep and now it's going. Then you come down here to the colors. So this is the different tones right here. You can choose warm, which is what I have it on right now. You can choose white, which is very, very white. It is like daylight. And then you can choose blue, which is a mixture of the two. So I'm sticking with warm right here. Then you come down here to your brightness settings. So you can actually turn the brightness down. I have it set all the way to the max brightness. And there you go, that's the minimum. And then we're gonna go ahead and hit the maximum. So you just hold it down. It goes through the brightness really fast. Very cool. And then you can of course turn your light off and then turn it right back on. And then down at the bottom here you have your 2-hour, 4-hour, and 8-hour timer. Most of the things you do on this remote will make a little sound, but you can of course turn that off right here. So if you don't want to hear it beep every time, go ahead and turn it off. And there you go, that is the remote, very simple. I've been using this thing for long enough that I think I have a full comprehensive review, and let's just start off with the build quality. So this thing is built really, really solid. It's not had a single wobble since the day that I installed it a couple weeks ago. It just performs perfectly. I basically have this fan running all day long. So it's running for 12 to 14 hours a day. And it really does a good job of keeping my kitchen nice and cool. If I'm cooking in the kitchen, I actually just throw it on 6, which I call turbo mode. And it just blasts all of the cooking out of my kitchen. I don't have a vent in my kitchen, so I'm not able to vent out the smells from my cooking, so I have to use something like this in the kitchen, which is a little pro tip. If you have a kitchen and you have a light in it, you can actually just put a ceiling fan right there, and this one is perfect. I absolutely love it. Yeah, so this thing looks great in our kitchen. This is what my kitchen looks like right here. This thing really does a good job of standing out and also not looking super annoying. So it's really, really a great fan. It definitely does its job. And if you have a kitchen and you want to put it in there, a traditional ceiling fan might look a little bit funny and it might be something you wouldn't want to put in here, but this thing really does a phenomenal job and it looks awesome. So I'm going to give this thing a high star rating. This thing has an amazing build quality. The fan is phenomenal. The light is so bright, and the fact that you can dim it is awesome. So I'm going to give this thing a solid 4.9 star rating. I'm going to say highly recommended to everyone out there. This thing will look good in your bedroom. It'll look good in your dining room. It'll look good in your kitchen. As you can see here, this thing is just a dynamite fan. Buy it. All right, there you go. That's the Frstem ceiling fan, a 19-inch. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely clear to click that like button. And if you want to join the Adam Lucas family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time we get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos. And it's because of you guys I surpassed 10K. Yes, people, I'm finally officially a YouTuber, over 10K, on my way to 11K. So let's go ahead and start the count all over again. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, join the family. Let's get to 11K, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.